Hi everyone. I've been playing around with the crackle technique and just trying to use up the last of these mount boards from the experiments I did, or my attempts at the crackle technique, and I've created this morning and I just think that's so pretty. And of course I had to get the gold flakes out again. I just really loved those, so I'm going to make another one and show you how I made it. Right, first of all I've got a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to use my brayer. You can use a paintbrush, it really doesn't matter, and I'm using two colours of distress paint. I've got broken china and picked raspberry, and I'm using these just because they go with the background that I created before. So I'm going to pour some. I'm running out of this, and I do love my distress paints, and I'm going to create a skin. Whoops, let's put that up. Now I got this idea, this wasn't completely my own idea. What's that? It looks like a bead. Ginny had sent, commented on my crackle technique video where I'd burnished the, burnt the paint, and where it had bubbled. And she'd said that she'd done a similar thing where she'd painted a peg, I think she said it was, and it turned out to be plastic, and so it had all peeled off and it came off in one lovely skin. And so we started thinking about whether it would work on parchment paper. I'm going to dry this now, whether it would work by creating a skin. She said it was lovely the way that it peeled off in one piece. And so of course me experimenting, wanted to try it. Now you'll see that with the parchment paper, some of it's starting to slip away, and I'm fine with that. That really doesn't matter. So I'm going to continue to dry this, and then I'll come back. I forgot to mention, I'm drying it so that the paint blisters, and I don't know whether you can see the lovely texture. I want as much texture on this as I can get. Right, so that's pretty much dry now, and I'm going to add some PVA glue. This is a clear PVA glue that I found when we were packing last week when I was getting Alex ready for uni, and actually this, I don't know whether it works better than the milky glue, but it seems to work for this anyway. So I'm rubbing this all over the dried paint, and then I'm going to add some of the picked raspberry. So I'm going to pour a layer of that. Let's have some of this on here as well. There we are. Let's have a bit more down here. I want a nice thick layer for this, and then I'm going to spread that paint out. Trying not to overwork it. There we go, and then we'll add that there too. And I'm just going to dry this with the heat gun. It's had a couple of minutes to start working, but we should start to see it crackle. And here we go, especially here. You can see the crackle happening. And in this part here, can you see? So I shall continue to do this. And I shall again blister the paint as well. This is dry completely now, or as dry as it needs to be, and I've just got a metal palette knife and I'm just scraping underneath the paint because I want to try and get this to peel off. So I am just sliding, and if it breaks in places, that really is fine, it doesn't matter. So I'm just trying to lift the paint from the sheet, and I should go all the way round and you see it just starts to peel off. And oh, that's just gorgeous, and I just love it on both sides, and so I shall do the same with this one here. This is a bit sparser, so it probably won't come off as easily, but that's fine. So just keep scraping and peeling. And you can take it off in bits, which is what I did on the last one. This one's not quite as dry. I obviously haven't dried it as much, but if it sort of wrinkles and shrivels, that's fine. Don't throw anything away. So this is what I've got, and I'm just going to tear this into smaller pieces, because we're going to do a collage next with our gluey bits. So just tear it up into smaller pieces like this. Any size or shape that that you like. It really doesn't matter. And then I'll put that to one side. I'm even going to use all of it. I shall be using all of it, and then bring back the piece of mount board. So I'm just going to start gluing some of these peeled paint bits on my background like this, and mix it up, sort of use front and back. You see, that's the back of it there. And I think we use the front of this one. And I just love the way this this looks, and then I'll just continue doing this until I've filled the whole page and I'm happy with it. Right, all these rough and wrinkly bits are going on as well, because they all add texture, so I'm not wasting any of it. I just love all the bumps and things. So let's add some more of that here. And I don't know whether you can see, let me just move that out of the way a minute. I've just scraped all the last little bits that I can, and I'm scooping this into the middle, so I've got sort of like shavings here. And I'm just going to add some glue around the edge in the blank spots here. Let's try and glue that one down a bit more. So put some glue around the edges. And then I'm going to tip the shavings on and try and, well, in fact, I'll pick it up and drop it like this. Sort of, they're like pencil shavings. Try and get the last few little bits. It's like sprinkling herbs, isn't it? Because I just really like. Let me just add a bit more glue just in this. There we go. And then I'm just going to put my parchment, let me just have a look, straight over the top and press it all down. I'm just trying, I want those last little bits. And I'm just going to smush it all down like this. And then I'll lift it up really carefully. And so that's my background, and the texture on that is just lovely. So I shall leave that to dry, and then I'll be back for the next phase. Now that's still a bit tacky, but that's absolutely fine, because now what I want to do is bring in some of my gold flakes. Of course, you could use silver for this, all the lovely multicoloured ones they do as well. So I'm just going to put a little track of those there. And then I'm just going to add some Mod Podge around the outside of my mount board, all the way round. There we go. So we've added that around the edge, and so now, am I in frame? Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. So now all I'm doing is just dipping it in along where, let's move it back over here and keep going round. I need some more flakes. There we go. And if you've got any patches where you haven't got any gold flakes, just add a bit more glue and dip it in again until you're happy with your coverage. So that looks pretty good to me, and then I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute or two. Now that's had a bit of a heat dry, but I haven't done anything with it, and I'm just, whoops-a-daisy, far too many. I'm just sprinkling a few more of the gold bits over the top here, because I think some of this glue is still a bit tacky, so I'm hoping that some of this gold will stick. And then I shall bring back the parchment paper again, and I'm just going to really give it a good burnish around the edges. And on the top. If you don't want to use your hand, you can use a brayer or rolling pin, anything you like. But really press hard to get that gold to stick down. And then you're left with something like that. I'm happy with this now. I'm happy with the amount of gold I've got around the edges. I just love that. It does make a bit of a mess on the back, but you know, that's fine. And then for my focal image, I'm going to use this dragonfly. And this is from a piece of wallpaper. I picked this up last night from Homebase. So for anybody in the UK, go and see if you can grab yourself some. I don't know whether you can see. But it's very, very glittery. I've got some more somewhere. I sat last night whilst I was waiting for Sam to finish rowing. Here we go. Sat cutting out embellishments. In fact, I found some wallpaper with beach huts on, so I cut some of those out. Those are really cute, so I shall be using those. And then here we go. Here's the ones from that piece of wallpaper that you've just seen. These silver ones were on it as well. And then I picked up, they've got quite a bit of wallpaper with butterflies at the moment, so that was another one. Then they've got black and white one as well. So there we go. So I've got lots of moths and butterflies and things to use in other projects. But for today, let's just move those out of the way. This is the one that I'm going to use. And here we are, we're all done. I glued my dragonfly down with Mod Podge. And then I added the word explore, and I've gone around the outside of both of those with my Stabilo awl pen just to highlight. And then to finish it off, I've used my awl to poke 2 holes in the corner, and I've used some gold floristry wire to make a hanger. I've wrapped it about 4 or 5 times on each side and added some seed beads. These are peanut seed beads in a shiny pink. And I just think that makes a lovely piece of art to either hang on your wall or give as a gift. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And take care, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.